Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another flight. For me today we are doing the return flight from Chicago back to New York, and I hope that the flight simulator will not crash, because this afternoon it crashed already twice, I think.
Welcome back to another flight.
And yeah, I should mute my own screen. Yeah, yeah, my flight simulator crashed this afternoon 3 times. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's working out this time. I just hope it will. And yeah, we will see what's gonna happen. So I just activated the overlay so you can see where we are going, and I will then connect to the IVAO network 15903. We are going to fly the Boeing 777-300.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard. Please ensure that you fasten your seatbelt, return your seat back and folding trays to their full upright positions, and store your carry-on luggage in either the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. If you're seated next to an emergency exit, please carefully read the special instructions located near that exit. If you do not wish to perform any of the functions described in the event of an emergency, please inform a crew member so you may be reseated. At this time, we request that all portable electronic devices, such as cell phones or
Okay, we don't need that. Okay, so I will connect now, and then 777 connect. Okay, and then we will jump right into the aircraft. And we have a lot of ice already on the screen, on the windows, because we were standing here for a bit. So what we want to do first is turn on the battery and the external power. We will already start the seat belts, and we turn on window heat. So, and now we can watch how this will melt. Let's see if there's something happening, if you can really watch it or not. Well, I can't see any difference right now, but yeah, we will see that soon. And then we are going into our FMC. It's still set to kilograms, I think, so that should be fine. Hey, FMC position. We will use this one and send a request. Route 1 uplink ready, and we can load it. And there we are, AA1593 from Chicago to New York. Departure is a runway 28 right. I will just check if we filed that as well in our flight plan. Yes, we did. And I will now check the weather. Okay, we have 360 at 14. So 28 is okay. .28 right will be okay. Select desired waypoint. Oh, did I type something in there? I didn't want that. Okay, so departure. Runway 28 right. There is just the O'Hare 7 departure, but that's basically like, well, yeah, nothing. we will depart on the runway 28 right then, and expect radar vectors to the first en route, nav8, fix, whatever it is. So in our case that will be Duffy or Duffy or whatever it is called. So yeah. And let me see if I... Well, actually that's a good idea. I think I will start with the self-loading cargo, if it's possible to load. No, it's not. Okay. I hope the simulator won't crash. But anyway, yeah, we have the route in here. It's quite short today. Duffy, ELX, direct hack, direct doxy, direct... Okay, it should say direct DXO. Direct DXO. Oh, that was the point. Okay, DXO. Let me see. I will send the request again and I will load it again. Just because I'm not sure. See, okay, DXO VOR or DXO DX0 or DXO. So in my flight plan it's saying DXO. Let me just check on the flight plan about the coordinates. DXO. So DXO is north 42 12 7. Okay, so it's this one over here. Hello? DXO VOR. Okay. DXO, then Hoxie. Yep. And then LVZ. And then Jet 70 to LVZ. And then actually it's different. Jet 70 to LVZ. And then we don't need the last waypoint actually. Okay, I need to check that in the plan mode. Because I don't know what the FMC did there. Okay, see? Here's something weird. So this... Yeah, so I have to delete this one. Because after LVZ we gonna fly the Lendy 6 arrival for New York 22 right. Actually I will check dot weather KJFK. We have 160 at 4 3/4 steady mild, runway 04 right is visibility okay. Raining, scattered on 0, so the ceiling. So that's gonna be a Cat 3 landing actually. That's gonna be a Cat 3 landing. That's gonna be really interesting. Okay, so I will just do some stuff here to prepare everything. Okay. Okay, fuel. We have a block fuel of 19.8 tons. 19.8. So let's take 10 10.1, okay, that's enough. So we have a total fuel of 20.3 tons. Flaps 5. That's okay. Thrust limit, takeoff flaps 5, okay. Egg and climb is okay as well. Cost index, we will fly 15. And we have a reserve of, what do we have? 4, 8, 6, 7, 7, 5, 8, no, 6, 8, yeah, 7, 6, and somewhat extra. So let's say 7 tons. That's that. Okay, then we are ready to go. Windows are clean now, that's perfect. Bridge already disconnected. So we are now starting the APU. We can start the generators already, whoops. Oh. And also the fuel pumps and bleed air. Nav and logo lights. And as we will start the pushback now, we can also start the beacon light.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground standby.
He's now coming towards the aircraft. We will start our pushback facing to the south.
Okay, sir, the bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brakes set. Lifting the aircraft.
And I will turn on the anti-ice as well.
Standing by for pushback.
So we are lifted now. Tune that into our final flight level of 390. 390. Auto throttle is set and armed. Seatbelts are on. APU is on, so we can disconnect the external power. And then we will start the pushback.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We and oppose. Re-cleared for start and push. Parking brakes set. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Brakes released.
Brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. It will start in the sequence.
And we are pushing. So we can now start the engines. Number 1. Running up. -9 degrees Celsius. And as I said, we will start the pushback facing to the south. Which is this way. I don't even know where the taxiway is. Actually, I think it's the dashed line here. That should be the taxiway. Actually, I don't know why the... Oh yeah, because the fuel pumps are not not on. Ah, here are. This is the taxiway, of course. That's always a little bit weird because the fuel pumps are off, but there is no fault message or something. So I don't like that very much. Okay, pushback, stop.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Parking brake set. Parking brake set.
Starting engine number 2.
Lowering aircraft. Ground, you may disconnect. Okay, sir, cleared to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight. Holding position, waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
That's done. So we check the flight controls. No, this is fuel flight control. Yep. So full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder full left, full right, neutral. There's still some dead space here. Don't know exactly why it is, especially if I go up and down. There's that space as well, and left and right there's that space as well. So that's not really good, but well, not much I can do there. I cannot set the pitch trim, unfortunately, or at least I didn't find out how. But we are now ready to go. Engines both running, so we turn on the taxi lights, the wing lights as well, so that we will be seen in this weather here. And then we will send our broadcast message on the IVAO interface. Court traffic, taxiing runway 28 right. Okay, so transponder mode is set to TARA. That's standard in America. Parking brake released. And we start the taxi. And the same problem as in Kennedy. I cannot remember if we go on the Bravo or the Alpha, clockwise or counterclockwise. That's yeah. Or maybe I can have a look here on the charts. Oh. I can have a look on the charts, maybe. Airport taxi instructions. Departing aircraft. Well, I don't know. Oops, I don't know in which way we need to taxi. There are taxi instructions, but I cannot find any taxi instructions. Restricted turns, okay. Restricted turns, restricted to aircraft larger, restricted runway incursion. So, I don't think there is a rule like in Kennedy, but also I'm not sure about that. So there might be a rule. I'm just not sure about that. So we will continue on Bravo and then turn right onto Bravo 1. So right now we are on Lima, or this taxiway here is Lima. So we taxi straight ahead, and then we taxi until Bravo 1, turn right there, then left into November, and then taxiing via November to Yankee, hold short runway 28 right. There's another aircraft, the FedEx 767 on final for runway 28 right. So we will see him land. I don't know how far he is out, but we can see the lights already. So you can see now we are on, so this sign says November 2 to the right. Actually it's Bravo 1 according to my Navigraph charts. So we will take this to the right here. And then we are on November. Oh, we got a little bit off to the left here. It's not easy to handle this big aircraft, actually. And right before the FedEx is touching down, we set the flaps already. Oh, that was the wrong one. Sad. It's changed! There it is. Okay, now it's too late. Oh no. I'm sorry, I wanted to switch to wing view to let you see the Boeing 747 pass. I missed it. And there we go. So we are now passing the taxiway Golf Golf here to the right. This one from here to here. And the next one is the end of the runway, and this is taxiway Yankee. I will broadcast on Unicom, core traffic, B777, line up, and takeoff runway 28 right in 1 minute. I'm just doing that 1 minute before so we can concentrate on the takeoff. I set the flaps already. I will now arm the speed brake in case of a rejected takeoff. I set the auto brakes to RTO. And we are now turning onto the runway. I will set the landing lights on, the storm lights on, runway turn off lights, so all lights on that we will be seen. And we were a little bit fast, so the auto brakes turned back to off. Okay, and that's it. We are ready to go. Flaps are set. I cannot start the clock, unfortunately. I would like to do that, but well, yeah, it's not possible. So we giving up thrust. Engines spool up nice and smoothly and equally. So takeoff. And rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Whoops, 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 whoops. Slowly. Flaps up. Auto throttle. Engage. Why can I not? Oh, autopilot. Okay, auto. Okay. So speed brakes can be disarmed. Don't need the APU running anymore. And speed can be increased again. Am I just descending? Do I see that correct? Yes, I am. I don't know why. What is the aircraft doing again? I don't know. I don't know what the aircraft is doing. So, we are at least airborne. And flight seems to be stable by now. Status is normal flight control status. Flaps are up. Speed brakes disarmed. TARA, we can set up the weather radar. And then we click LNAV. And as we're passing 10,000 feet, we can turn off the landing lights, taxi lights, runway turn-off lights. And we speed up. As we're still in the clouds, I will leave the seatbelts on. We're expecting some turbulences, especially up here. And I can now fly direct Duffy. We're now overflying the airport, but well, you can see it. You can see it a little bit. There's the airport, runway here. These clouds are amazing, and the quality of the clouds above me are fine. It's perfect. The quality below is not as nice. Whoops. We're gonna fly through this here. Actually, what we're going to do is we will fly around that. We will fly around that a little bit. We don't need to go through it. Although there is no, it's not yellow or red or something, but we don't need to do that without reason. There's no traffic in the area, there's no ATC ahead, so it's absolutely no problem for us to just fly left of it, a delay vector. And then we just fly around it. And we are close to passing flight level 180, or actually 18,000. And we can set the pressure to standard. It's not done here, but there is no knob to do that, so oh, well, maybe. Oh, this one. Okay, if I press it, it's not working. But I can turn it to 2992 manually. It's not... Is this... Wait. Oh, that's Hectopus call. That's the actually the European QNH. So I set it to 1013, which is the standard in Europe. And did we pass it? Yes, we passed it. So I don't know. The weather radar says we didn't pass it, but so turn back to Duffy, because in front of us there is the next one. We don't really need to pass this one. There is the cloud we just passed. It changed a bit, so our way actually was a little bit further than it should have been. We now go to Duffy. And we can switch to Mach. So let's say Mach 0.75 for now. We will switch up to even Mach 0.84 once we are airborne, and we can now fly direct Duffy. The higher we get, the lower the speed will be. So we will reduce our climb rate to 2,000 feet. As I said last time, I cannot click on VNAV. VNAV is working, but I cannot disable VNAV. So once I set it, the speed turns black. I cannot change the speed, and I cannot get back from VNAV into speed mode. Or at least I didn't find out how. So I can increase the Mach to 79. And I think we are now safe to, or at least wait until we are above the clouds to disable the seatbelt signs. Our flight route on the map looks very nice. We have this little turn in there because of the cloud. Now we're turning direct ELX. We can increase the Mach to 0.80, and this we will keep Mach 0.8 until we reach our cruising altitude of flight level 3980. And engine anti-ice can be switched back to auto. We don't need that on all the time now. Reducing the climb rate to, because we're already at 86% and 1, so and we still not reached our selected Mach number of 0.80. We're just at 0.79, so I reduced the climb rate to 1,500 in order for us to reach Mach 0.80. And I need to reduce that even further while we get higher, because the aircraft is not able to climb that fast on such, like, because the air is getting thinner. So yeah, and actually the clouds looks amazing. No artifacts, no pixel stuff here. And I really love this aircraft. American Airlines livery and this Boeing 777. I just love that. And the clouds, as I said, looks amazing. Reduce the climb rate a little bit more. And we're nearly above the clouds. I think I will just wait another, like, maybe 2 or 3 minutes until we passed the last clouds, and then I will switch off the seatbelt sign. And I think it's time to turn off the seatbelt signs. Should be fine. We don't have any ATC at the moment, not on the route, and as well not in JFK. But, well, who knows, maybe there will be ATC coming online just before we land. and I can start to have a look for the weather information. How did that work? No, it was here. FMC.com requests. What happens if I request ADIS? Because there is no request arrival ADIS, because there is no ATC online, so there should be no, yeah, the ADIS not available. Of course, because there is no no ATC online, but I can request the META, and there we go. So New York 150 at 5, 1 statute miles. So the meter tells us that the visibility on runway 04 right is 4,000 and varying to getting greater to 6,000. We have mist and few clouds on 00. So we had a ceiling before at 000. It was scattered. Now it's just few. So it's getting better. 6 degrees, and tower visibility is 1.5. Okay. Mist. Few clouds. 400 feet visibility. Okay. Well, we're gonna be excited on the weather in New York. Actually, I cannot tell which runway will be active because according to the meter it should be runway 04 right. But if I have a look on the flight radar 24, then we have runway 22 right, 22 left active. And for me that's okay. I mean, basically I don't care where I'll land. I really would love to fly the visual approach for runway 13, partway visual. But yeah, well, that's, I mean, it would be possible because wind is calm. I might request it if we would have ATC, but if we don't have ATC, then I don't know what other aircrafts do, so I don't want to do that. Okay, departure and arrival. I'm on the KJFK arrivals. We have ILS 22 right or VOR 22 left approach. For me it doesn't matter. And we're approaching flight level 390, so I can increase the Mach to Mach 0.84. ILS 22 left. I think we're going to fly ILS 22 left. ILS 22 left, there you go. Lendy 6. And then we have Gimbal Transition, DPK or Norton Transition. To be honest, I don't know which one is what. On the charts for the ILS 22 left, I can just find the Gimbal Transition. Norton is here, and the other one is DPK. Okay, I don't know what DPK is, but we will use the Gimbal Transition. So we overfly the airport, and after that we turn left and make another left turn to the final for runway 22 left. In case of a missed approach, we have to turn left immediately. First climb to 500 feet and then climb left, turn to 30,000, outbound on JFK VOR, radial 190 to Chent, which is at DME 19.0 GFK, and hold. So we have no real altitude restrictions. Gimbal at 14,000 if we want, and then continue to descend to 10,000, and then yeah, when we overfly the airport we would be at around 12,000, I think. And there are some yellow clouds down here. But I don't know if this is... it's not standard at least, but well, yeah. And now we're cruising. We're just cruising. Not doing much more than cruising. If I check the web eye, we're now close to Lake Erie. If there would be no clouds, then we could see it already. Lake Erie should be somewhere over here. Maybe I can see it on terrain. Yeah, you can see it on terrain radar over here. This is Lake Erie. And then we will also cross into Canadian airspace. Oh yeah, there are a lot of yellow clouds over here. And a lot of airports. So we don't really need that. We really need airports. Well, no more traffic needed. Information needed, no more traffic. Yeah, of course. And these clouds, I mean, okay, if I zoom in, you can see the borders are not as fine, but if I zoom out to like standard, then it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's just a, I don't know, cumulus nimbus or something, some clouds like this, towering cumulus or whatever, which are not as good as the clouds we just have outside. So we reached Mach 0.84. We could increase even more. Let's just check. So we could even go to Mach 0.89, but we won't do that. We stay on 8.4. And I'm just wondering why the weather radar is not being updated. I mean, if I use my mouse to check what happens to the clouds there, I just put it here. And if the clouds are moving, oh, okay, if it disappears, then it's not good. But it should move the same way as my route does. I can see it's moving like right to left, but well, strange. And we have 128 knots wind from behind, so that means we have a ground speed of almost 600 knots, which is very fast. We have a total fuel of 17.1 tons on board. And I can turn off the VOR. Let me check. We should have a DXO. At DXO, which is Detroit VOR, we should have 13.6 tons on board. We have 17, so we are fine. Absolutely fine. We have 4 more tons than we should have. And we are now over Lake Erie, close to Lake over Erie. You can see that here. So we have an indicated airspeed of 260 knots, but actually we're flying Mach 0.84. And that's the difference between Mach and indicated airspeed, because if I go indicated airspeed 260 on the ground, it's a lot slower than 260 on flight level 390. That's why pilots getting asked them to report Mach number once they reach a specific height. For me, it's flight level 290. I don't know if there's an official rule or something. For me, it's just flight level 290, and that's okay for me. I'm doing that when I fly, and I do that when I control. And I mean, it's no problem, because if a controller asks me, I can switch here IAS, indicated airspeed, and Mach. Also, I can see both values here, so if a controller now tells me to set my speed to, I don't know, 240 indicated, then I can switch here and change it to 240 indicated, and then I can also see what Mach number this will be. Also vice versa, if I'm on flight level 250 and the controller asks me to report Mach number, then I could tell him the Mach number or the indicated airspeed, whatever it is. And I am flying with the American Airlines Virtual today, again. So the new virtual airline, which was created a few weeks ago. Official start will be in a few days, but there are already some routes available. For example, New York, Chicago, Chicago, New York, and yeah, I'm flying for them, reporting the lag afterwards. And for me, it's just nice if you have, you know, the feeling of of doing it as real as it gets. I just like that. People are different. Others just like to fly whatever they like. That's nice sometimes as well for me. But overall, I prefer to fly at least real routes. They don't have to be real time, but should be real flights, if possible in any way. And if I check the IVAO map, I'm right now over Canadian airspace already. My cat is crying around. There's not much to do when you are cruising. And now would be the time to answer some questions in the chat, but unfortunately there is no question, there's no one writing. But yeah, well, then I just continue on checking the charts for arrival, checking if I have ATC available, which I haven't at the moment. There's another JetBlue departing New York through Mexico. But there's not much more going on except my cat who wants to leave the room. I will be back shortly. And here I am. Yeah, and actually, well, as I said, there's not much to do. We will start our descent in a few miles. You can see it here already on the map display after Genoa. And yeah, actually I can check the approach chart. So we will cross Genoa at flight level 230. That's a rule by the star, and actually my top of descent is after Genoa, so it's not set in the FMC. And in that case, I will type that in. Flight level 230, 23,000. Type that in. So the top of descent now moved. See, maybe you can show it again. If I delete that, top of descent moved here over Genoa. When I type in 230 again, and type it in, then top of descent jumps here. And as I said, VNAV would be working, so it would be great to just type set in flight level 230 and then let the aircraft descend at the top of descent. So it will descend automatically. But as I said, I cannot get back to speed mode, and that's not good for the approach because I don't want to manage the approach manually. So the next waypoint will be, or with this, with the restriction, will be Lendi. Lendi is had a restriction of flight level 290, so we have to pass Lendi at flight level 190. And then we are approaching LaGuardia VOR, and from LaGuardia VOR we start our approach into ILS 22 left. As I said, with the Gimbal Transition. And yeah, then we will descend after LaGuardia. We will descend flight level 2 to 14,000, and then we're gonna start our approach. And now we even have ground speed more than 600 knots. So if you guys want to visit the virtual American Airlines, you can go to americanairva.com, americanairva.com, and then you can read some stuff, and you can also, of course, join the airline. You can also join the Discord channel if you have any question up front, and yeah, we would be happy to welcome you aboard the American Airlines Virtual. We will now let Lake Erie behind us. You can see that on the terrain data. We will soon leave the lake behind us and continue our way to New York. I will now just recheck the weather. Okay, the meter getting longer and longer. Wind is still 150 at 5. 1 statute mile of visibility. No ATC, no aircraft at the moment. And we are soon about to descend in like 180 miles. Well, that's not really soon, but well, at least we can see the top of the descent. And actually, you know what? I'm going to press VNAV. Oops, I press VNAV now. I just want to have a look what's happening. Okay, why can I move the throttle? That should not be possible as I have VNAV. But see, I click VNAV, nothing changed. I disarm the auto throttle, nothing changes. I click on I click on flight level change. Okay, perfect. Then I know how it will work. Great. VNAV, here I come. and have a look on the weather outside. So we still have clouds, clouds, clouds all the way. Still clouds, just clouds. We can see some stars. I don't know if you can see it in the stream, but I can see it. What I could try is, wow, look at that. If I go into the cabin, okay, so this is the 2D cabin and 3D cabin. Okay. Wing view. Wow, have a look at that cloud down there. And there you go. We will simulate a camera over here. There is already a preview for that, but as I'm just on the drone camera right now. Have a look at this beauty. Whoops. Isn't that amazing? I love it. And the wing flex. You can see here. To be honest, if I'm in a real airplane and I see the wing flexing like that, I know nothing is happening, but it's still really strange. I mean, it's metal, so it's, I don't know, it's just a strange feeling for me at least. But it's nice that it's simulated in the flight simulator. That's really great. And let's switch back into the cockpit. I can make another fuel check. We are inbound Hoxie, and according to our flight plan, we should have a total of, where's Hoxie? Oh, here it is. A total of 11.1 tons, and we got 15.3, so still 4.2 tons more than we need. So we are perfectly fine. And what I will do now is I check the approach page. Yesterday it wanted to tell me that the approach speed is 113 knots, and now it's telling me 127, so this looks more real. This will go down, I think, because we will lose fuel, of course, but I think it will end at around 122 or something, which is quite low actually. We have a total fuel of just 10%, 10% left, so yeah. So I will check if there's any inbound traffic. There is a an Airbus A330 is landing in 49 minutes coming from Munich. So 49 minutes, while I am landing in 27 minutes, so that should be no factor. Then we have a JetBlue from Burbank. and he should land in about 4 hours, so definitely no factor for us. We have an Airbus A340 from Madrid landing in 5 hours, no factor. And a Korean Air from no, where is it? Oh, what is it? I think it's China Airlines. A China Airlines Boeing 777 from Frankfurt to New York just departed over the Netherlands. No factor. And then there's one more incoming, a JetBlue 20 from London, but he is still on the ground in London, so no factor for us. I'm just having a look so I know if I have to prepare like any special situation, because there might be traffic at the arrival, which I have to avoid or whatever, but it doesn't seem as if there is any traffic expected during my arrival. What is that? Compass? Fly to. No, to fly. Okay. To fly, steer 180. Oh, okay. That's funny. Compass correction. Now I just saw it. Compass correction. So if you want to fly 090, then you have to fly 091 actually. Crazy. So I can check the fuel tanks as well if they are balanced or not. So I have 7.4 on the left side and 7.4 on the right side. Center tank is empty. APU disconnected. So we are fine. Outside temperature is minus 64 degrees. So there is also no ice, because there is no ice below 40 degrees Celsius. So I'm wondering if the clouds would look better if I could play on 4K, or if the clouds would be still the same then. I don't know. And we will start our descent very soon. We are approaching Hoxie. We currently have 15:51 UTC, and we will approach Hoxie in 3 minutes. Actually, in about 3 minutes. So unfortunately, there is no add-on scenery in New York. But I hope that there will be, I don't know, FS Stream Team or whatever it is very soon. Now we'll check flight radar again if they are still landing on runway 22 left in the real world, but it looks like it. Yes, they are. Yes, they are landing on 22 left still. If I check the airport, I just want to see if the meter is the same as I have here on IVAO. Temperature 6 degrees, wind with 160 at 6. Well, that seems to be different. 150. We had 150. Okay, 160 at 6. Okay. IVAO set 150 at 5. Let me update it. KJFK 160 at 5. Yeah, it's telling me the same now. And we have a new ceiling. Oh no, actually it's no ceiling. Ceiling is 2,900 now. And we have 3/4 statute miles, so the visibility is getting down, but well, that's gonna be a Cat 2 landing, I think. And we are approaching Hoxie a little bit earlier than expected. And now we see that the top of descent is coming close. It's just 60-70 miles away. And actually we can now see the ground sometimes. That's also very nice. Long time no see. And it's getting a little bit bumpy, even though there is no cloud below us. Well, not really. And also there's nothing on the weather radar. Now top of descent is just like 55 miles away. Should I turn on the seatbelts? It's a little bit bumpy. We're starting our descent anyway. But nah, I don't think so. Now we'll tune in the new altitude once we are approaching Maggio. So we have some time to tune that in actually. And I think that we might have Kennedy ground. I think. Maybe. I'm not sure though, but could be. We will be excited. Let me check IVAO ATC. Well, no, I have nothing in here yet. But on the other hand, the range of the ground controllers are very limited, so I won't see them at the moment. I think that's a problem. And I must not forget to set in the ILS frequency manually, because as we learned on the last flight, it doesn't do it automatically. Well, it does. Every flight is different. So it never gets boring with this aircraft. And actually, yeah, we even got Kennedy Tower, actually. It's not just Kennedy Ground, it's Kennedy Tower. And I will check the visibility on a Cut 2, RVR 12, RVR 18, or half a statute mile. So there might be a Cut 1 landing. Oh, overspeed, so wind change, wind change. That was not my fault, it's a wind change. We will reduce the speed already. So actually it will be a Cat 1 landing, because we have all the lights. We have a RVR of greater than 6,000 feet. So Cat 1 landing. So radio altimeter is 100. Okay, fine. And we are approaching Maggio, so I will tune in. Actually, hold flight level 390, and I will tune in flight level 230, which will be our next waypoint, next altitude here. Geno, flight level 230. Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Why did I have speed of 220 only? And why is the aircraft descending already? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. VNAV. Hey, could you please? Hello? Auto throttle. So we are descending quite fast. I don't know what's going on. I absolutely don't know what is going on. We did not pass our top of descent yet. Could be the weather problem, but actually, to be honest, it looks more like a aircraft problem. We are descending with 2,400 feet. That's okay, by the way, but I don't know what the reason behind that is. I don't think we need to descend that fast. Switch to Mach. I want to have Mach 0.84. So we have to cross Geno at flight level 230. Let's see. When I turn VNAV now, it's reducing the throttle. Idle mode and descending. I'm not sure if, well, just let the aircraft do it. But I know for sure that we will exceed the flight level 230. Because in the past it was always like that. If we are descending on VNav, then the aircraft automatically won't stop the descent on the set altitude. Maybe if I click it, so I do that. I'm not sure if this is helping or not. I have another top of descent right now. To be honest, I don't know what this means, because I'm descending already, and I have to cross Geno at flight level 230, so there is no other top of descent before that. And also, if I am already descending, how can there be a top of descent? This doesn't make any sense. So I just checked the IVAO tower in New York, and he said that arrival runway will be 31 right and 31 left. That's gonna be interesting. Because oh no. How can this weather information be transmitted on 122.8, which is Unicom frequency? How is this even possible? So I just checked if they really keep runway 31 left and right, because in that case I would need to set up my my approach. So I'm a little bit confused right now, and I should start to plan my approach accordingly, but if this is a mistake, then I need I do not need to change something. Just checking with the tower now. Well, if runway 31 is active in New York, I will have a heavy backwind, so okay. So the tower is currently doing a training, and they are switching to ground anyway. and so I will stay with runway 22 left. They're using it in real life, and well, normally oh, okay, I just see on the route, see if I connect Gimbal here, and I'm approaching LaGuardia. That's not really working, so I will delete Gimbal again. So to fly direct here at 14,000 or above, so that looks better. That looks a lot better now. Oh, hey Derek. Welcome back. Thank you for visiting again. 3-1 right. Yeah, well, actually, in real life, they're using runway 22s, and on IVAO, they use runway 31 left and right because the wind is below 5 knots, and with wind calm, you use runway 31. I think in the real world, they have the same wind, but they just don't want to switch around all the time, so they just stick with 22 left. I will now continue my descent to flight level 190 because this is the next altitude to go to. Speed is supposed to down because it is not changing. Well, the speed is changing. I mean, it's not changing, but it should be here on 290. That's okay. I just hope my flight simulator doesn't crash, as it has done this afternoon 3 times actually. So yeah. So I will descend now flight level 190 because this is the next altitude we need to cross according to the charts, because we want to cross Lendi at flight level 240. 190, and actually we also want to have we want to have 250 knots and flight level 190 at Lendi. Here we go. Lendi is the next waypoint, so there will be no problem for us to reach that in time. And we already have reached flight level 190. At least almost. And then we can reduce the speed to 250 knots. At least the autopilot should do that. I will refresh the weather radar. That's annoying that you have to refresh it all the time. And I just deleted the restriction because I just thought that I overread that just turboprops need to expect to cross at 250 knots from flight level 190. Are we sticking on to 250 knots until below 10,000? No, we are not, Derek. I'm sorry, I did a mistake there. The charts clearly says that turbojets expect that to cross at 250 knots, flight level 290. And as we are not... Oh, actually, we are a turbojet. We are just not a turboprop. Aren't we? Yes, we are. So we should definitely read the instructions. So cross landy with 250 knots and flight level 190. And yes, we will then keep the speed 250 knots until the final approach. I think this is done because of the airspace around New York, because they have the 3 major airports and also some smaller stuff. So they reduce the speed of the aircraft in order for them to have more time to control them. I'm just not sure. I mean, I have the speed restriction here, and I'm just not sure if the aircraft is holding 250 knots or when it is reducing, because normally I have VNAV on, and it should reduce the speed automatically to 250 knots, but I'm not sure if it's doing shortly before that, if it's doing that when crossing, or, well, I don't know. We will see. And also we have a new meter. We have now 2 statute miles of visibility, and 2,600 is the ceiling. We have a surface visibility of 3 statute miles, or 3 kilometers, I'm not sure. That's good. So we are 4 miles before Landy. We will not reach the speed restriction. But yeah, Derek, I hope so as well. And I'm sure that the passenger hope the best for the landing. So we are crossing Landy in 2 miles, and the aircraft should reduce the speed, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. So I will reduce the speed manually to 250 knots, because that's what we have to do according to the charts. 250 knots. And there is no other speed restriction, altitude restriction. We are now starting to approach LaGuardia we were, and after that we join the ILS approach with the Gimbal Transition. So we will now also start our descent to flight level, or to altitude 14,000. 14,000. We will descend smoothly with 1,100 feet, as we have a lot of time to go. I love this wing view. Yeah, Derek, I know some things I have to do manual, but normally, like in the real aircraft, if I type in the restriction, then the aircraft reduces the speed automatically, so to pass Landy with 250 knots. For example, if I go with the fly-by-wire Airbus and I type in a speed restriction, then the Airbus is doing that. And also, I have a VNAV. I have a speed restriction, speed transition 240 at 10,000. So Airbus, for example, is holding the altitude on flight level 100 or 10,000 to reduce the speed 250 knots or less, while Boeing just crosses 10,000 feet and continue to descend even if they are on 280 knots, whatever it is. Yeah, the wing view is amazing. Especially with the clouds down there, even though the cloud quality is not good, but they're on ultra, so no other way for me to do anything. Oops. Continue the descent. And what I will do next is I will start a new program I have. It's called Flight Control Replay. And I will just see if this works or not. Maybe it made does my flight simulator crashes, I don't know. Continue the descent to 10,000 feet. And also we are below flight level 180, so we can set the altimeter. Altimeter for New York is 3030. And we do the same over here. Okay, that's 1026 hectopascals. We will reduce the speed to 20 knots. And after Seagull, which is our next waypoint over here, we will descend to 8,000 feet. Remember the idea of flying from Madrid Barajas? Yeah, of course. I remember the flight from Madrid Barajas to Gatwick. The flight takes around 2 to 3 hours. No. The flight is maybe 1.5 hours, I think. Maximum 2. Shouldn't be much more. I don't think it's taking 2 hours. I mean, I don't know it, but what I know is that I'm way too fast, so I will reduce this, take down the speed brake. Reduce speed to 10 knots now. Speed brakes. I don't know what's going on here. Landing lights on, taxi lights on. So I selected flight level 100 and it's now descending with like 4,000 feet or 5. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, okay, hold. 8,000 hold is okay. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So, descending now 6,000. With just 800 feet per minute. Yeah, I think the flight is between 1 and 2 hours from London to Madrid. Shouldn't be more. I mean, I could be mistaken, but I don't think it's much more. So we set flaps 1 already. Why is this aircraft always zooming? I just want to turn this knob here. 170. So what's telling me about the descent? Approach 126. See, Derek, this is now better than yesterday. Yesterday it's at 113, and today it's telling me 126. So that's way better. 126 is still slow, but better than 113. And we are now approaching 6,000, and we will continue to descend 4,000 feet. And I cannot reduce the speed any further, so speed brake. And I will set flaps 5. Speed brake up again. We continue to descend 3,000 feet. Let me check if I have if I have ATC online. No, I haven't. Or actually, ground should be online. Not sure though. And flaps 15. These large flaps, I love them. Yeah, and could you please continue the descent, please? That would be amazing. Why are you not descending? So I mean, we should have 4,000 feet by now, so we are a little bit high, but overall that's no problem. I don't know, maybe I have to switch up the volume a little bit. So have a look if it's better now. Glide slope alive. We will press the lock button. The airplane is quite quiet. So maybe that's a problem. Okay, please hold the altitude at 3,000. Please hold it. It is reducing. That's good. And it's holding. For now. Thrust is increasing to hold the speed as well. And we can flaps 20. Well, that's strange that you cannot hear the inside, actually. I don't know what the problem is. I will check later. When I'm on the ground, I will check this, the stream as well. And then I can have a look on what's the problem. So these are the bad quality clouds here around me. These are fine up here. These are fine, but the cumulus ones are not good. So we're turning to the final. Localizer alive and localizer captured. Glide slope alive, so we can click the approach button. And just to be sure, I click the second autopilot as well. And as soon as the glide slope is captured, and the aircraft starts to descend. Okay, perfect, Eric. Perfect. As soon as the aircraft is starting the so let me see if yeah, I think it's recording. Okay. Okay, it starts. So we will now set up the missed approach, which is also a left turn to heading 3000. So left climb to 500, then climbing left turn to 3000, outbound JFK VOR radial 190 to Chent. So I need JFK VOR, which is 115.9er. Let me just 115.9er. And then we have a course of 194, I think it was. Could have done that way earlier, but well, never mind. 190 just. 190, okay. Tune in the VOR on the left side. 3000 is fine. Reduce the speed. Flaps 25. Gear down. And flaps 30. We are passing the auto marker. And from here the clouds look nice again. Strange. Really strange. So we keep the speed of 129, or we do not reduce to 126. Also, we don't have the runway in sight at the moment. But there's a lot of distance to go. Yeah, let me refresh the weather, Derek. Yeah, it's not really ahead. So it's green, and I think that should be fine. So we have headwind with 11 knots, so it was a good choice to stick with the runway 22 left. And we have a traffic down there on the ground. 1,000 feet. And we have no runway inside, but you can see we are already quite low. So there's a street completely covered in snow. So to be honest, I don't really like the snow textures, because you cannot see anything. I hope I can see the runway when I land, because with the snow covered runways, which wouldn't happen in real life, because in real life they would clean the snow. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure if this aircraft could do an auto land.
500.
No runway inside yet, no runway lights. There we go, runway inside.
400.
Autopilot disconnected.
300.
So I have double callouts because this is the virtual ARCAS from the American Airlines VA.
200.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30.
And touchdown. Reverse. Reverse thrust green. .60 knots. Reverses off. Manual braking. And we will vacate next to the right. And runway vacated. Here we have runway 22 right. Actually, is this runway 22 right already? There was no sign on the ground. No, it's not. It's just a taxiway. Okay, I was confused because I thought that's the runway, but it's not. Warning lights off. Speed brake. And flaps up. Thank you very much, Derek. See, I'm learning. I'm learning. Weather radar off. TCAS off. And we have a ground controller, so we will tune that in already. And we will contact him once we are past the runway for no, 22 right. The auto brake is off. We will keep the lights on, and we are holding short on runway 22 right. There is no traffic over there. Of course, we can also see that out of the cockpit. And then we gonna cross and we contact Kennedy Ground. Kennedy Ground, hello, this is American 1593 Heavy, crossing runway 22 right, request taxi to the gate. And 22 right vacated. Landing lights off. Kennedy Ground, this is American 1593 Heavy. We are just crossed to runway 22 right and request taxi to the gate. Oh. I disconnected accidentally. Let me set the parking brake so we don't start rolling. Kennedy Ground, tune in. Kennedy Ground for American 1593 Heavy. Radio check. I think there must be a problem with the sound. American 1593 Heavy. So I'm not in a hurry, so I just check with I check why I could not contact ground. Because I don't know how to. I mean, I am on the channel. Maybe if I change it here as well. No, 121.9. Kennedy ground for American 1593. Okay. I will now tune Unicom for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and then I will switch back to Kennedy ground. Kennedy ground for American 1593 heavy. So if it's not working, but I have a flight plan filed. Flight plan, the website should be used. Yeah, okay. Court cave, yeah. This is so strange, so weird. That's weird. I'm just discussing with him. We should do challenges like landing at Lukla, Izaba, or any other dangerous airport. Yes, you're right, Derek. I already thought about doing that. There is also Paro, where I would like to land, or maybe Hong Kong, Kai Tak. I know it's closed in the real world, but well, why not? And yeah. Okay, I will now try to change again to ground frequency. Ground frequency. But Derek, to be honest, I think that those challenges would be more interesting if there are more people on the live stream. But I thought of doing a video about landing there. It's just a problem that I'm not quite familiar with doing videos, so yeah. Kennedy ground, hello, this is American 1593 heavy. We just crossed runway 22 right and we request taxi to the gate.
American 1593 heavy, Kennedy ground, welcome to New York. Taxi to parking, Bravo Tango Alpha.
Bravo Tango Alpha, taxi to the parking, American 1593 heavy, thank you. So, we are taxiing via Bravo, Tango and Alpha. So let me check where Tango is. Tango. American 1593 heavy, just to be sure, Bravo is counterclockwise, is it?
Affirmative, it's a right turn on Bravo.
Roger, thank you. So we turn right now onto the Bravo here. Whoops, release. Nope, parking brake was released. So we will now turn onto Bravo.
Label, yes. And what is...
APU is running now. It's great. Yeah, I think it was a problem of Kennedy ground, I think. because I asked him to reset the channel, switch the voice channel, and that's what he did, and now it works. So I think it was a problem of the voice servers. So I'm really happy if there will be a Kennedy scenery. This is the standard Azobo scenery. It's not bad though for standard. You have gates at least, moving jetways and everything. But overall, of course, it would be better if you have add-on scenery, like FS Dream Team or I don't know, Flight Tampa. So we are Bravo, Tango and Alpha. Tango taxiway is over here. Alpha is over here. Okay. I'm not sure why he sends me via Alpha. Because I could go into Tango right away and then...
Good ground, leaving Delta Airlines 617. Request 5 approved to Bermudas.
Delta 617, Kennedy ground, stand by, clearance, number 1.
Yes, waiting, number 1, Delta 617.
And we are taxiing around the airport. So it's a little bit sad that there is no traffic here. On the other hand, if you have static aircrafts, then they are blocking the gates, so that's also not very nice. And yeah, therefore I think this is better. Oh, he's sending me over here. Parking gate, international terminal. We're going to terminal 8 actually. Terminal 4, terminal 4, terminal 12 concourse B. We are going over here. So terminal 8 concourse B.
Delta 617 cleared to the Bermuda Airport via the Kennedy 5 departure. Canarsie climb. Radar vectors to ship them as filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 340, Untitled Chapter departure. Departure frequency is offline. Squawk 1604.
Delta 617, flight plan up to Bermuda, departure climb to 5,000 feet. Possible departure to runway 22 right.
So runway 31 would be way better to land on, because this is runway 31 right, so we could have vacated here or here, and now we shouldn't have to taxi that long.
Focky 1604, Delta 617, reach to push and start.
Delta 617, readback is correct. Push and start is at your discretion. Advise when you're ready for taxi. Expect runway 22 right for departure.
So this is Terminal 7 over here. British Airways parks here normally.
Right, Delta 617.
And we are nearly there. Kennedy ground for American 1593.
American 1593, Kennedy ground, go ahead.
Can we have Tango Alpha, please, for taxi to the apron?
I'll go to Tango Alpha.
Roger, Tango Alpha, American 1593, thanks. So I'm just not sure if he gave me Tango and Alpha, or if he gave me Tango Alpha. I think that's always very confusing. But, well, we will see. Next to the left is Tango Bravo. See that here, Tango Bravo. And the next one is Tango Alpha. And then we have here Terminal 8 Concourse B and C. And we're now taxiing straight in here, crossing the taxiway Alpha, which is now here off to the right. And welcome to Terminal 8, Concourse B and C. Whoops, where am I taxiing at? So, and then I just need a heavy gate. This one would be heavy, but we passed it already. Next one is medium, next one is medium. I want to go here at Bravo, so I will take this gate here over here. Unfortunately, there is no visual parking and docking guidance. Yeah, the cars are a little bit annoying, but I don't want to turn them off because I like it if there's some if there are some cars or people on the oh, I'm a little bit off to the left, but should still be fine.
Good day.
And we're blending all the people in the terminal, so turn off taxi lights. Parking brake is set. APU should be running, yes, and we already have external power.
Bravo.
Connect this as well, and then turn off the engines.
To enter at the LES November. What's on the phone?
Roger.
Yeah, no cars, no fun. That's it. Because I really like all the cars going around the airport. I reduced them already. I had a lot more cars, but I really like that cars going on here and over there. I really like that. So yeah, that's gonna be it. We arrived at New York after our return flight from Chicago. That was it for today. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much, Derek, again, for joining me. Wow, those people must have lost their eyes pretty badly. Yeah, sometimes I think the same. I always forget to turn off the taxi lights, and sometimes if the terminal is close to the runway, I even have the landing lights on, so that's even worse. But yeah. Where was I? Thank you very much, Derek, for joining. Thank you, everyone else, for watching this video afterwards. If you have any suggestions, any tips, any whatever it is, leave it in the comments. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you very much, Derek, for the compliment. I really enjoy having you with me, and I will turn down this volume a little bit. And yeah, as I said, that was it, the flight for today. Thank you very much for joining, and I wish you all a pleasant evening or afternoon, whatever it is, or morning if you're watching from East Asia. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and bye bye. All the best to you.